So it was only, I think, last year where someone noted to me that Gloucester predicts the entire trajectory of the play. He gets so despondent, so sad about this letter, and he makes this prediction. These late eclipses in the sun and moon portend no good to us. So nature symbols are negative, he suggests. Even though nature can reason anything, okay? Nature doesn't stop. It just keeps going. It can reason thus and thus. But we are scourged, but nature is scourged by the effects. Love cools. Love is so filled with heat and wonder, but it goes cold. Friendship falls off. Brothers divide. In cities, mutinies. In countries, discord. In palaces, treason. And the bond cracked. The bond cracked between son and father. When son and father, and we could add daughter and father. Where's the moms? Oops, that's for later. Where's the moms? But when the son, man and father, this villain of mine comes under the prediction. There's son against father. The king falls from bias of nature. There's father against child. See, Gloucester says this letter shows son against father. And he doesn't realize he's right, actually. But it's the wrong son. Lear is the bias of nature, and there's father against child. And there he is right again, actually. And he's got that great, haunting, sad, oh so melancholic, we've seen the best of our time. We have seen the best. Again, sight. Or we don't see how bad it is. Or we don't see what's in front of us. So, Gloucester goes, and Edmund gives another speech, quite similar in thrust, but developing his kind of rejection of the plague of custom and his worship of nature. And he calls this excellent foppery of the world, that we are sick in fortune, often the surfeit of our own behavior. We make guilty of our disasters the sun, the moon, and the stars, as if we were villains by necessity, fools by heavenly compulsion, knaves, thieves, and treacherers by spherical predominance. We do bad out of excess, and then we blame the stars. Oh, my horoscope made me do it. Oh, Venus is in the third star, and blah, blah, blah. No, you need to be responsible for your actions. And he finds it very silly, even though Gloucester predicts the whole play. That's a whole other doubling again. But it is funny. He says, people who talk about the stars and eclipses, they don't know what they're talking about. They're using nature to account for their own actions. And an enforced obedience of planetary influence. And everything that's evil in us from a divine thrusting in. An admirable evasion of whoremaster man to lay his goatish disposition in the So you're horny or goatish, blame on the sun. Blame it on the stars. Don't take responsibility for yourself. He goes, what nonsense. And then here, sarcasm. My father compounded with my mother under the dragon's tail, and my nativity was under Ursa Major, so that it follows I am rough and lecherous. Ta! And then he interrupts. Whatever. I would have been that I am. I know who you are. I know what you are. I think Cordelia says, I would have been that I am. I should have been. I am who I am is not just Popeye. It's God in the Old Testament. The maiden Leah star in the firmament twinkled on my bastardizing. Look, I am this way, and it has nothing to do. I could have been born under the best stars. It just doesn't matter. Because my cue, now here he uses theatrical metaphor. My cue is a villainous melancholy. I am evil sadness. I'm a character, a kind of outline in plays, a villain. I am basically a Disney villain, in modern parlance. But for the Jacobean audience, he's as if he's saying, "Look, I'm the bad guy." He's winding up his mustache. He's rubbing his hands. He's telling you that, and he's like, "That's what I am. It's not because of the sun or the stars or anything. That's my identity." That's amazing. Not only does he wipe out this idea of custom of society, his worship of nature is such that he believes that identity is fixed and unmovable. You are what you are. And he goes further than that. He forces you to take responsibility. Don't blame the stars, don't blame others. With a sigh like Tom of Bedlam, when these eclipses do purport these divisions, faux salami. And he's fallen into the joke. He can pretend to be a prisoner of the insanity of the eclipse. And he picks this up in the next section.